2011 and 2018. Did the Office of the Attorney General have input into them? No. Okay, but you have a desk. You have a desk officer from that office in the office? The Attorney General of the Federation, the Chief Law Officer.
So what we did was to follow the procurement process. That will involve us, depending on the amount. In this case, that was 2 billion. We had to take it to FEC, Federal Executive Council. It was approved at that level.
So you were trying to get an information about the sum of money
yes,
involved in the first, how much is it, the first contract?
Okay, the first contract,
Go ahead,
yeah, the first contract was given at a sum of 2,111,569,453 naira 22 kobo. So it was 2.1 billion.
2.1 billion. And that 2.1 billion was for them to
implement the IPPIS payroll. And
but do you have the contract papers here?
I'm still expecting them. Sir.
Okay, because the contract papers will give us the items covered
yes,
by the contract. So, is the 2018 contract still subsisting?
No, that too has expired. It expired in 2022.
Did they fulfill all the terms of the contract before expiration?
Not quite, I should say. Not quite. So just one little aspect of it that we are having to deal with now.
Okay, sorry, before then, the 2.1 billion for 2011, how much was paid by government?
All of it was paid.
Okay, so if all of it was paid, how come you said government was not able to meet up with something and that was why they couldn't do
okay, sir. This is the explanation, sir. That first contract involved that Oracle. In fact, the amount is this much because of the content that Oracle had inside it. Because I understand it was a foreign exchange denominated transaction with Oracle. So that is why it's this much. Now, after the 4 years, we needed to renew, and that demand came again for payment of so much to Oracle in foreign exchange. So, and government felt, this is too much for us to bear, we can't take it. So that is what informed our having to ask the contractor to see if they can do a homegrown solution.
A local solution?
Yes.
Okay, no, the point I'm making is this. The contractor will have imputed this Oracle licensing into the original
contract.
Yes,
sir.
So that shouldn't, and if the contract was 100% paid, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but the contract was executed because it terminated in 2014. So they observed all the obligations under the contract before.
So the new one now, what asked them to now have a homegrown solution, like you said, was because they could no longer continue with the Oracle license, as it were.
Yes, sir, because of the cost.
Is it they who couldn't, or you?
It's we, sir, because they quote to us, and we saw the content, and Oracle. You should
have considered that an issue from the conception of the contract. You should have been more strategic about it to see what it would involve to maintain that contract. All right. So the new one that finished in 2022
yes, sir,
was also fully executed.
Executed, yes.
And that one is the homegrown solution.
And that one cost 846 million.
And then they transferred that technology to you.
To us.
So you are in charge fully now.
Yes, sir. The only thing I said was remaining. The only thing I said is remaining is there are some applications they need to hand over to us but we are not quite ready to receive it because we don't have the infrastructure. So that is what we are working on now. So as soon as we have this infrastructure, they will hand it over to us.
Why were these contract papers not made available to the auditor when they requested for it in the year under consideration?
That's a surprise to me, really, sir, because they were available. I don't know what would have transpired at that time, sir.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
Just clarification. The 3.9 billion is the 2.1. 2.1 is out of the 3.9. What?
Yes, the 3.9 is the claim of the auditor. That's what it's referring
Exactly.
to.
And I'm expecting. I mean, if you take out 2.1, we are left with 1.8. But you just said now that the second contract was 800 and something. Because what the auditor is saying is that the sum of 3.6, is it even 3.6 or 3.9?
Yes, 3.69. Yes,
3.69, yes, have been paid to two vendors, 2012 and 2018. But you just said 2.1 and 800 and something, which is less than 3.6.
I think what has happened there is that, we are just dealing with one aspect of the story, as it were. There is still another contractor who was given the task of developing solution for military and paramilitary and tertiary institutions. So and that is another company altogether. I guess this 3.69 is an aggregation of the contracts, yes.
More than two vendors.
Of more than two, no, there were two vendors.
You need to give us
Two
a breakdown.
vendors. So
it
they are bringing, it's one of the documents that I'm expecting, sir, for the other contractor.
So that means you need to give us a breakdown.
Okay, here are the...
That sum up to that figure. But before then,
This is 3...
hello, Accountant General. Accountant General, you said the first contract with Oracle was not fully executed. That's what he said. No, you said it was not fully executed.
That was actually the first thing you said, but
Yes.
But I think you have modified it. That was the first thing you said. That was why we were concerned about how much was it or whether
Exactly.
but
And the chairman asked you, was it fully paid? He said it was fully paid. So for a contract that was fully paid and from you, it was not fully executed. What's your opinion on that?
I'm sorry if I said that at the first moment, but I mean, there is no dispute about the fact that it was fully executed. That contract for 2011 to 2014, it was fully executed.
so who are these management consultants, customer relationship managers, and other experts that were also paid, and how much was paid to them?
So there are solutions. Now we are talking about contractors. Okay. Now there are solution providers as well who deal with aspects of the operation of the application. For instance, as we go along, when we talk about data cleansing, for instance, that there was somebody, there was some company that helped us to handle that. I think this statement here refers to those people. As for, I can come back because I can come back with the information to give you a list of such people and the amounts of jobs that they were given.
It's very important. We need to have a list of those management consultants, customer relationship manager, and other experts, and how much was paid to them, and for what job done were they paid those sums. Because the concern of the auditor here is that we have not had value for money. But you said at the moment, the IPPIS, is it functionally and fully operational now?
At the moment, I would say yes, but there are still aspects that we expect which we've not gotten yet.
That's about what?
We are like 70% there.
So it's not fully and functionally
Okay,
operated.
it's not fully unfortunate. We are like 70% there, sir.
What's the rate of payment?
They have
What
100% payment. They have informed us that they paid 100%, both contract 1 and contract 2, and all these other management contractor, blah, all of them were fully paid. Stand to be corrected?
before the payment, Mr. Chairman, I want to plead that let's find out
Before the payment?
yes, the complete 100% payment. But then, what's the valuation before they raise the payment to the contractor?
All right. That's a very, it's a very, very important point.
And remember, Chairman, that what we are talking about.
Your microphone.
Yeah, what we are talking about here is 2020. This report,
It actually, no,
this report is 2020 report,
2019 actually.
a 2019 report.
Yes.
So, and as at 2024, you are still telling us you are 70% in it. You understand what I'm saying, Chairman?
Yes, please. Yes, Bakins.
Sir, are you aware that there is these deductions in this IPPS for workers? This wax deductions. So many workers have said that they do not collect loans, and you collect wax. What does that mean? And maybe you need to also still put us through that. That is one. There are places where you have the name, my own name is Akinyosi Olatunji now, and you have 4, 5 of that on your payment structure. And they still draw salary and drop payments and monies and things are paid through that. Have you gotten over such now? Or if it's still we are still having that kind of problems, how do you solve it? Is it part of the 30% problem that we have now? Thank you, sir.
Just note those questions so that you can take them together. Yes, Honorable Sir.
Accountant General, I need your attention, please.
Right.
The contract, you pay full amount for the contract that was not fully executed in 2019. The contract agreement, and your own view, is that the practice that an agency paid full contract value before the execution of the project? If that is it, fine. If not, what is the penalties or disciplinary actions that the guidelines recommended for social action?
Honorable colleague. Yes, sir. Yampa? Honorable Yampa.
In order to ascertain, Accountant General, there is need in your submission that you refer us to the original contract agreement that you have signed with these contractors that you paid 100%. And then let's see the term of the contract so that we'll be guided the justification behind 100% payment. One. Secondly, when the auditors visited your office, did you have a review meeting with the auditors on this report before now? Was there a meeting between your auditors and the management team over this query before it comes up, so that we'll be guided on what happened from then and now is 2024? Thank you.
Thank you. Please take those questions now.
Thank you very much, sir.
Go ahead, Accountant General.
On the issue of WACS, the meaning of WACS actually is Workers Aggregated Credit Scheme. You know, in our efforts to try to resolve most of the myriad of problems that we were getting from the operation of the application, the IPPIS application, we had to design this solution, as it were. Now, the problem was that workers were indiscriminately obtaining loans from left, right, and center, even without the knowledge of their organizations. And now they impose those loans on IPPIS for recovery. And you found cases where some workers took loans that were above their salaries. And that is real. Some people, after you deduct their salaries, it's negative. In fact, you don't have enough to deduct of the loans that they took. So these loan givers were all over the place, marketing to them. There were even some on the phone. In 2 minutes, you can obtain a loan from the phone. And workers were, you know, taking these loans. So we came to think that in order to stem this tide, we needed to organize it. So we spoke to some of the major lenders, and we asked them that they should form themselves into an association. So that association is only those who belong to that association that IPPIS will recognize to be deducting their loan. So that association is what gave birth to this WACS. WACS is a body of association of lenders, loan lenders, okay, who IPPIS recognize. That means if you do not belong to WACS, we can't deduct for you. So that is the way it was designed. Now, when we started operating it, some people were not aware. I mean, they queried what is WACS, and so but we had to improve that. So now, if you look at the pay slip now, it's not just WACS that is there. It will show you the organization that belongs to WACS, whose loan we are deducting from you. Okay? So that was the sort of improvement that we gave to it. And I must say that it has really helped a great deal to sanitize the loan situation in IPPIS. Yes, some people are complaining. Some people will even come to my office to complain. Even yesterday, somebody came to complain that, who is this? I didn't take loan. Why is it on my pay slip? But at the time we got in touch with the organization, that man was indeed a lender. So these things happen. I'm not saying we are perfect yet, but we are still on it. We are still trying to see how we improve it. Just the same way we are planning for pension now to organize the situation with pensions and all that. Thank you, sir. Duplication of names. You want to address duplication of names? Okay, can you talk? You want to talk to them? Yes, that's what we. I really don't understand. Sorry. Yeah.
I want to emphasize on the duplication. I want the to go down because I read when you were writing 1000008.
Yeah, that's actually issue 2. We are not there.
I'm sorry.
No, that's issue 2. We are still dealing with issue 1. Issue 2 is the one that has to do with pension matters. Okay, so are you done with answers to issues about?
Yeah. So somebody, the honor.
No, we said that is more relevant with the issue 2. Yes, please.
The Honorable asked about the execution of the contract, why it was paid when it was not fully executed. So please, I'd like to crave the indulgence of the committee if, as the Honorable suggested, if we can have the contract and compare the terms there with what was achieved. If that, we can come back to you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We need that. I mean, that's the only thing that can resolve on whether a contract was fully executed or not. When we see the contract paper, we see the scope of work, and you then tell us which of the scope of work has been accomplished. You know, where the confusion is also coming from is that you said we still have like 30% more to go, and they have delivered fully since 2022 to you. I will really want to know what are the other things remaining. So, yes, to your request.
Thank you, sir. Well, but why I actually said that was that one of the contractors, one of the terms was for him to integrate his systems with our own systems. The contractor is actually ready to do that. But it appears we are the ones not ready, like I mentioned, because we need some infrastructure to be able to take what he has to give to us.
What he was supposed to provide,
which are not part of the contract that he was supposed to provide. So that is why I actually, because I can't say it is fully executed when that is there. That is the main issue there, sir.
So, Accountant General, like I hinted you at the beginning, it's a Friday. There are so many other things, and people also have some trips to make. I wish we started much earlier. What we're going to do is to dedicate a whole session to you so that we can exhaustively deal with all of these issues. Then it will also give you enough time to get these other documents and information so that we can then proceed from there. So, honorable colleagues, it's a good time to adjourn. We're going to communicate the Accountant General on the new date. But please, the new date we give you, don't find any excuse not to be around. Please, it's very important. We have been on this matter for quite a while now. We want to just deal with this and move on. There are so many other issues in the 2020 report which we have not even touched.
The IPPIS operation, the operators, are they?
Yes, this is the director.
No, they are the staff of, but the company itself.
There's no company. It's a product of the federal government of Nigeria and the Accountant General's office. Accountant General's office. It's a department, and this is the director. This is the deputy director. I know Ogakuru very well. Maybe they are. You mean people in their technical department?
Yes.
They are here. Somebody introduced himself as something technical. Abi, you are the technical person now. They are all here.